Welcome back to Journey into Stories. Today we're going to do a fun filming location. I bought this book, The Handbook of Haunted Dolls by Deina Rush, and I already pre-read this book, but I'm going to read clips in a special place. It talks about all different haunted dolls, and I know dolls are a thing for some people, spooky or whatever. And my favorite childhood toy that I ever received back in the 80s was a Cabbage Patch Kid. And this is someplace I've always wanted to come. And I'm here at BabyLand in Georgia. And we're gonna go see some Cabbage Patch dolls. It's a whole building way back there full of any Cabbage Patch doll that you could ever want to see. The originals and stories behind them, and I will be reading some of my favorite little chapters in there with the dolls. So if you have a phobia of dolls, you might want to skip this video, but I'm real excited, so we'll film inside and I'll tell you about the book later on in the video.
But I'm not entirely sure why, because never once have I ever had to perform a C-section. And of course here at BabyLand, that does stand for a cabbage section. Alrighty, next one check for Mother Cabbage is in fact just the full 10 leaves apart. Alrighty, and it does look like she is off to a great start. Now this is Mother Cabbage's first delivery of the day, so she is feeling just a little bit nervous. So what everyone to help me with, to just help her relax a little bit, is taking a big deep breath in. Everyone yell push as loud as you possibly can, so that we get this baby boy here, okay? Are y'all ready? Yeah? Alright. 1, 2, 3. baby's head first, which is a very good sign, because if I were to see an arm or a leg, that would be a notice of breech delivery. Y'all be stuck here all morning for one of those. All right, one more big push, okay? 1, 2, 3. And here comes our baby. And here he is. Alrighty, I'm gonna wrap them up and then I'll tell y'all just a few things I noticed about them. Alrighty, so the first thing I noticed about our handsome baby boy is that he was born bald. Now this doesn't make him any less special. This just means that our interns got a little lazy last night and they just forgot to fertilize his side patch. The next thing I noticed is that he was born with beautiful blue eyes. And he does have a little cute outy belly button, gradually put together for Mother Cabbage. Now this next part can sometimes just be a little bit embarrassing for our babies born here at BabyLand. So I need everyone to say to him, I promise not to laugh.
I promise not to laugh.
Alright. Just like all the other babies born here at BabyLand, he was born with the little famous A0 birthmark on his bottom. He is starting to blush a little bit though, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap him back up. But before I head off to his very first checkup, right over there in the delivery nursery, he is going to need a first and a middle name. So does anyone have any suggestions?
Botan.
Botan? Who was it? Anthony? John. John, okay. What was it?
Nolan.
Nolan, okay.
Bennett.
Bennett, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the Haunted Dolls book that I read. Oh, it's a bumblebee. I gave this 5 stars. I loved this entire book, and each chapter is only a few pages. It'll show a picture of the doll that's supposedly haunted, a few pages of the origin and what has happened around the doll, and then it goes to the next doll. My favorite, obviously, was Annabelle. I think she was the first one. Yeah. talking about Annabelle, which was a Raggedy Ann doll. But even more important of Annabelle that I loved is Robert the doll, and he's on the cover here. And hopefully someday I will find my way to Key West and meet Robert the doll. There's a whole write-up about him. And I do believe you can buy little Robert the dolls to take home, but this was my favorite, and I was so happy to see that he was on the cover. I gave this book 5 stars, loved reading about haunted dolls. It's a thing, and I couldn't think of a better place than to come to BabyLand, where I've always wanted to come. And also in the back is a write-up about 2 of my favorite YouTubers, Michael and Jessica from The Grim Life. If you guys like anything spooky or movie locations or anything, check out The Grim Life. I love Michael and Jessica. And the author, Deina Rush, is apparently friends with them. So, yeah, I would pick this up if haunted dolls freak you out or just love reading about spooky things. I read it, I think, in a little over an hour and a half, and I had most of it read before I came, and then came to BabyLand, and then I read a few of the chapters and reread Robert the doll, because like I said, he's my favorite. And I'll do a quick little haul. It was so neat in there, and if you're a kid from the 80s and you grew up on Cabbage Patch Dolls, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but it was so neat to go through, and everybody who works here is so wonderful. You could tell they love their job. So I'll do a little haul. And the 2 dolls that I bought, I was able to do birth certificates for them, but it's my kids' names and birth dates, so I'm going to leave that private part, but I will share what I bought. Hang on one sec. Okay, I had help from my husband finding a little boy. Now, this isn't an accurate doll of my son, but it's cute. Little boy, named him after my son, same birthday, got it printed out. So got him. And then picked out a little girl, named her after my daughter, same birth date and everything. She's also not exactly to the T, looks like my daughter. But I liked how, you know, one's bigger than the other, and that my son and then my daughter were born. So kind of wanted to get that. Bought this little bib to put on one of my kusas that I have that I don't know where the clothing went for her. And also got a, sorry for the noise, guys, got a Cabbage Patch Kid t-shirt for myself. So it was a lot of fun in there. And if you're around Cleveland, Georgia, come out and support. You know, was I the only adult buying dolls for herself? No, but I'm a kid from the 80s. Here's my babies. And I think I have 6 or 7 from my childhood. My first doll I had several years until my mom and dad were able to find more Cabbage Patch Kids, because it was a big frenzy back in the day. So with that, I hope you're being kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Read something spooky or amazing. I would highly recommend this. Haunted Dolls. Wonderful. 5 stars. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Have a great day. Bye, guys.